an absurd amount of media coverage around footballers, as always, but rightly so, because a brain-numbing release of Lionel Messi's contract was brought to light, in which his new contract at Barcelona was absurd. Just a ridiculous amount of money. But does he rank number 1 in the top 10? Does he rank in the top 10 even? Of course he does, but that's just a stupid question. But we throw to it. TFR did an interesting clip, and we'll throw to them in a minute, of top 10 highest paid footballers in the world. Now this, again, takes into account the salary of what they make to their team. So we start off, Alex Teixeira, who is signed for the ever so rich and frequent spenders in this transfer window of Jiangsu in China, and he now makes a whopping £7.7 million. Not the pounds that you lift in the gym, Jason.
Yeah,
but
so
pounds.
I didn't feel like doing the conversion, so I just copied the pound sign.
Yeah, well, that's fine. I mean, most people know at this point it's 1 to 1 point. I don't know. It fluctuates up and down. I'm not really sure.
We're just being honest.
We just like to go with the pounds. We prefer the UK. I'm sure everyone does, so we'll continue and move forward. Angel Di Maria, a ridiculous amount of money this guy has made in his footballing career. His transfer fee to Manchester United, staggering. His money he made at Manchester United, staggering. His impact, not so staggering. But again, that could go both ways, whether they should have stayed with him longer, blah, blah, blah. You can have that conversation. Nonetheless, 8.5 million a year. Jason, is that a good amount of money to make a year?
It is. It's also, there's parity there because PSG is 8.5 million points ahead of everyone else in the League One table.
Great transition. I like to hear it. Gareth Bale. I don't know if they're exactly the same. They may be tied for 8th, so Angel Maria may be in that tie for 8th position. But Gareth Bale, as we know, the highest transfer fee at Real Madrid. Still
don't tell
remains
Ronaldo
with
that.
Gareth Bale. Don't tell Ronaldo. Of course, he might not be happy with that. But 8.5 million a year for Gareth Bale. It's, again, I'm going to make this point right now to disclosure. Yes, it's a ridiculous amount of money. Yes, no one should be getting paid that amount of money. Yes, it is crazy. But this entertainment field, this footballing field, this sporting field, they get paid. There's so much money brought into that field. This is why I make the argument that college athletes should be paid, because there's so much money that comes in as a result of what these people do. I look at it, and I obviously am a little upset, and I think I could do so much with that money. Beamer, Benz, or Bentley would be my morning discussion. But nonetheless, I still understand how much money they bring in. Either way, next is Wayne Rooney. Coming in at number 7. Wazza, 8.7 million, makes more than Gareth Bale. Interesting.
Interesting, but not too surprising.
Yeah. It's
just
because
a staple to United for a long time.
Yeah, I mean, you can only imagine Bale's contract will go up and up the more he becomes a prominent factor at Real Madrid. But you're right, staple at United. Thiago Silva, the highest paid defender in the world, I believe.
Deserving.
Best defender in the world for
Deserving.
me. It's a deserving amount in consideration with how good they are. But let's get to what everyone wants to know. We're going to look at 5 through 3. Say that 3 times. 5 through 3.
So this is where it gets a little undeserving.
Yes.
Sorry, man. Jackson Martinez. Come on.
It's interesting this is recently released because Jackson, as we know, has just moved for one of the most, I would say, just groundbreaking transfers that I've ever seen. A guy that comes in the summer, doesn't have an impact, but still has a lot of potential, a lot of ability to provide. I mean, the guy, many people say he just flattered to deceive. He was very good at Porto. He helped that Porto team get to a good standard in world football, in Champions League football. He was a born finisher, man. And he could score from everywhere. He's big and strong and fast. Never really fit into Diego Simeone's system. I was so surprised when he moved on that last day. Everyone in the world taken back by it. But China, spending that money, man. They are spending. They are making it rain on all of the players. And Jackson Martinez, along with, as you said, Teixeira at the start, are picking up the check.
Look, I'm moving to China. All right, I'm buying me some shirts.
They're paying hosts.
I'm going to get me some shirts. I'm going to cover some sports, and I'm certainly going to go watch Jackson Martinez and Teixeira.
Yeah, Teixeira.
Teixeira here in America. Yeah. I'm going to go watch them ball out. Is that a thing? Is ball out a thing
ball out
in
is still
world
a thing.
football?
When there's a ball involved and you're outside, I think that it's safe to say you can ball.
You can ball out. Okay, just making sure.
And now we look at number 4, I believe.
Yeah, yes. Thomas Müller.
Thomas Müller. Again, this is encouraging. One of the most underrated players in the world. A staple, as you mentioned there with Rooney, a staple at Bayern Munich. Significantly better every time Thomas Müller is on the field. He doesn't get classified with Robin and Lewandowski and a lot of those players in terms of talent, but obviously they value him. And
he's needed. He's so.
crucial.
I was gonna say he's needed. It seems like that guy is the glue. Like if you he'll have the same effect. Take De Bruyne out of Manchester City, and they're having some trouble. Take Mueller out of Bayern's unstoppable machine and Germany's unstoppable machine. What happens? We don't know because it hasn't happened yet.
Yeah.
But what happens if you take that gangly, weirdly athletic for a weirdly shaped guy? I want to say because again, he's like got that. I wish my build was able to do what Thomas Mueller can do on the pitch, is what I'm trying to say. Because again, he's like a great cog, the needed cog to make the whole wheel turn. Wrong?
No, you're right. I'm going to make this analogy here, and you're going to be like, Francis, this is going to
You're
go
an
viral.
analogist.
You're an analogist. He's WD-40. He is. He's WD-40. He is the lubricant. He is the assistant.
But
He helps?
What if they need duct tape?
He can do it as well.
Could he be duct tape?
He can transition. He molds. He's a chameleon WD-40 player. You won't hear that anywhere else but on TYT Sports. And we move forward to 3. Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Again, the name holds so much weight, even so much that I threw up a tweet involving politics with Zlatan, and it blew up.
It's your number one tweet.
It's my number one tweet.
Couple hundred retweets.
Zlatan, a couple of hundred. I was happy with it.
Your tweet, which I've actually read before, and I retweeted, I think. Probably not.
Thank you for that.
If not, I'll retweet it for you. It had something to do with Sweden has, why is everyone bashing Sweden? They got a good economy, and they have good chocolate, and they have Zlatan Ibrahimovic.
Very true, very true. And then, Jason, I've been racking my brain all day. I don't know who is number 2 and number 1.
Easily Clint Dempsey and Tim Howard.
I knew it. What about Tom Cleverley?
Tom Cleverley, Lord Bentner.
Lord Bentner could have been there. All right, well, let's throw it over to our friends at TFR, the Football Republic, to see what they announced is 1 and 2.
In second place, it's the peerless Lionel Messi. How much does it cost to have the best player in the world playing for you? Just £15.5 million every year, which is actually sort of a bargain considering he wins a trophy on average every 20 games. But just ahead of Messi, who else could it be but Cristiano Ronaldo? One of the biggest sports superstars on the planet, Ronaldo earns over £16 million every time the Earth goes round the sun.
Shock horror. Couldn't believe it. Surprising.
I know. Can't believe Bentner's worth £15 million a year.
So what is surprising, though, is with Messi's contract circulating everywhere on the internet, it still doesn't make as much as Cristiano Ronaldo. That must mean Ronaldo's better, right?
Oh, why do you do this? God, you have to bring it up. Why can't we have a clip where we just talk about both of them without comparing them, Francis? Reel them in. Reel it in.
I wish you could be on the floor doing this celebration.
Yeah, I'm sure you do, bud. I'm sure you do. All right. Well, there's your top 10 highest paid world footballers in the year 2016. I believe they're per contract details. Because, again, one transfer fee for one transfer, any one of those players, and it's astronomical how much their contracts go up. Vardy might be creeping up because he signed through 2019.
I don't know if he'll make that list, but he deserves the money he gets for what he's doing at Leicester.